Hey guys, it's Boy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be doing a comparison between the iPhone 12 and the Note 20 Ultra. We're going to be covering the design, processor, display, operating system, special features, camera, speed test, and price/value. Let's go. So if you're new here, my name is Paul. On this channel I do tech unboxing, tech reviews, and tech comparison. So if that sounds like something interesting, you might want to consider subscribing. So I've been using the Note 20 Ultra for like 2 months now, and the iPhone 12 for like a week. The Note 20 Ultra is the top of the line smartphone from Samsung that you can buy right now. It's the best phone you can buy from Samsung right now. While the iPhone 12, well, is also a flagship, but it's almost like in the middle because we have the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12, which is the one we're talking about in this video, the iPhone 12 Pro and the Pro Max. So we're almost like comparing Samsung's firstborn and Apple's secondborn. I mean, but at the same time, both phones are still flagship. Anyways, let's start with the design of the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12 has this boxy design similar to that of the iPhone 5. On the left side, you're going to find the volume rocker, the mute switch, and the SIM tray. And on the right side, you're going to find the 5G antenna, which is one below, and the power button. Below the phone, you're going to find the lightning port and the speaker. The lightning port actually looks like a USB-C port. And at the top of the phone, well, no headphone jack, RIP headphone jack. At the back of the phone, it has a glass back and a double lens camera system. The overall design of the iPhone 12 actually looks very cool, like really cool. Now let's move on to the design of the Note 20 Ultra, the big boy. Well, the Note 20 Ultra has this very special design, especially with the notch of the camera at the back. Well, on the right side of the phone, you're going to find the power button and the volume rocker on the same side. I think that's an Android thing. All iPhones do have the volume rocker on the left side and the power button on the right side. Below the phone, you're going to find your USB-C and a single speaker output and the housing for the S Pen. At the top of the phone, you're going to find the SIM tray. Yeah, it also has a glass back with a triple lens camera system. We're going to get to the camera in a bit. Now let's talk about the durability of both phones. Obviously, I didn't try to smash armor on both of them to find which one is the strongest, but I'm trying to like base it on my experience. So I've been using phones for like, well, since I was 10 years old now. I think I'm 20 or 21 right now. So I've been using phones for a very long time now, and I've never broken my phone. And I started using iPhones like a couple of years back. I'm going to say one thing about iPhones. When Apple say a phone is strong, I don't know about their iPad and stuff like that. Their phone is actually very strong. I don't think I've ever broken any of my iPhone. I've used the iPhone 10, the 10s, and the iPhone 11, and they never broke on my hand. But the Note 20 Ultra on the other hand, this is my first flagship Samsung smartphone, and well, obviously, as you can see, there's a crack at the back. I mean, I can't remember the phone falling from a story building or from a skyscraper or something like that. It's probably going to be the same distance that my iPhones do drop, maybe from my pocket or something like that. And as you can see here, there's this big crack on it. And I'm actually very angry. I don't know why. But the craziest thing is that when Samsung released the Note 20 Ultra, they were bragging about them being the first person to include Gorilla 7, blah blah. Well, is this the best Gorilla 7 can do? I'm actually disappointed in the durability of the Note 20 Ultra. There's actually a crystal layer on the glass of the iPhone 12, which is going to give it extra protection. But according to this guy that those durability tests on YouTube, I think Jerry Rig Everything, he said when it comes to durability, there's always a compromise. It's either you have a very strong glass that is prone to scratches, or a glass that is not prone to scratches but is not really that strong. Well, I'm going to say the glass on the iPhone 12 might be strong, but I'm already noticing a lot of scratches, like a couple of scratches, and I only use the phone for like a week now, and I'm already seeing a couple of scratches on the phone, which means is either you have a strong glass and a glass that is prone to scratches and something like that. But you can easily fix this by adding a screensaver or something like that and a case at the back of the phone. So which one of the two phones has the best design? Well, it comes down to personal preference. In my opinion, I'm still going to go for the Note 20 Ultra. The Note 20 Ultra just looks amazing. I mean, apart from the camera bump at the back, I mean, I just love the design of the phone. I also love the iPhone 12. In fact, when I was trying to decide which one has the best design, trust me, it wasn't like an easy pick or something like that. I was like mini, mo for the most part, because both phones has an amazing design. But I'm still going to go for the Note 20 Ultra. So now let's talk about the display. Both phones has an OLED display, but Apple likes to call theirs Super Retina XDR display. What a fancy name. Anyways, it comes with a screen resolution of 2532 by 1170 and a brightness level of 625 ppi. The Note 20 Ultra on the other hand has an OLED display also, like I said, and a screen resolution of 3088 by 1440p and a pixel density of 496, slightly higher pixel density on the Note 20 Ultra, which is a point for the Note 20 Ultra. Unfortunately, I can't really find the brightness level of the Note 20 Ultra, but I can just tell you right away that the Note 20 Ultra is slightly brighter than the iPhone 12. I mean, you guys can take a look at the display and compare them side by side. In my opinion, I'm still going for the Note 20 Ultra. By the way, if you guys made it this far, I want you guys to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel because I make videos like this. So if that sounds like something interested in, you might want to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Anyways, let's talk about the operating system on both phones real quick. This should be very fast. The Note 20 Ultra is powered by Android 10 with Samsung UI 3.0 on top of it, which is actually very clean, no compromises, no bloatware and stuff like that. On the iPhone 12, obviously you get iOS 14. Comparing them side by side, because of the fact that I've been using iPhone for a very long time. I mean, I used Android for quite a while, probably like half of my life. Let's just say 60-40. I use Android 60% of the time and iPhone 40% of the time. I'm gonna say iOS is more cleaner and more simple than Android, but at the same time there's an advantage to using something that is more complex because it makes you feel like you're using something that is more capable and something that is not a toy. You know, when you click on something, you get do this, do that, do this, do this, do that. You feel like your phone is capable of doing so many things, unlike a simple phone that when you click on it, you only get 2-3 options and that's it. But it depends on your personal preference. I still prefer iOS when it comes to some things, but when it comes to entertainment stuff and doing fun things with your phone, I'm gonna go for Android on this one. So it's almost like your personal taste, but both operating systems are very clean, but at the same time there should be a winner, and in my choice I still go for iOS. In terms of security, you get Face ID on the iPhone 12, and on the Note 20 Ultra you get in-display fingerprint. Now let's talk about the battery on both phones. The Note 20 Ultra has a 4500 mAh battery, although the size of the battery of the iPhone 12 is not really official, probably around the range of 2500. I mean, the battery life of the Note 20 Ultra is better than that of the iPhone 12. So now let's talk about the camera system on both phones. On the iPhone 12, you get a dual 12 megapixel camera system, ultra wide and wide angle. They are both 12 megapixel. The ultra wide is a f2.4 aperture and a 120-degree field of view, while the wide angle is a f1.6 aperture, and it also has 2x optical zoom and up to 5x digital zoom. The Note 20 Ultra on the other hand, you get a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, 108 wide angle camera, and a 12 megapixel telephoto camera. On the Note 20 Ultra, you also get a laser autofocus sensor, which Apple likes to call LiDAR, but it's laser autofocus sensor on the iPhone. Both phones have special features on their camera system. The iPhone 12 can shoot 4K 30 frames per second Adobe 10-bit color, which is actually very cool. The Note 20 Ultra on the other hand can shoot 8K at 24 frames per second. 8K, which is actually very cool. I'm about to show you a video side by side. I want you guys to decide which one is which, and after a while I'm going to tell you which one is which. What I want you guys to take a notice of is the video quality, the dynamic range, and the video stabilization. One thing I noticed on the video of the Note 20 Ultra is that it seems to be a little bit sharper when it comes to video quality than the iPhone 12, and this might be because this video was originally shot at 8K and downscaled to 1080p, which means I combined almost more than 60 pixels into one. So the video quality on the Note 20 Ultra seems to be way better than the iPhone 12. I mean, not way better, but significant, to some extent better than the iPhone 12. But if you notice, the one on the right, there seems to be a lot of wobbling. That means the iPhone 12 seems to have better video stabilization than the Note 20 Ultra. I was actually on my bike when I was taking this video, and there was a lot of shakes and stuff like that. You can't really see a lot of shakes on the one on the iPhone 12, but you can see a lot of wobbling on the Note 20 Ultra. In terms of dynamic range, they seem to have equal dynamic range. Maybe the Note 20 Ultra has slightly better dynamic range, and this might be because of the fact, same thing, 8K to 1080p, so a lot of video quality right there. So if you ask me to pick which one has a better camera system, I'm still going to go for the iPhone 12. I'm still going to go for the iPhone 12. So now let's take a look at pictures taken with both phones. I was actually confused when it got to this part because both pictures they look really good. So this one actually comes down to personal preference. In fact, I feel like the video also comes down to personal preference too, because I don't know, both pictures actually looks amazing. I mean, camera system has gotten so good on all flagship, most flagship by the way. So for average people, they might not be able to tell the difference. But if you're a professional, by all means, go for the camera system on the iPhone. The camera system on the iPhone is way better for professional than the Note 20 Ultra. Now let's talk about processing power. The Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is powered by the Snapdragon 865 Plus. It has 8GB of RAM and a base storage of 128GB. The iPhone 12 on the other hand is powered by the world's first 5nm chip, the A14 Bionic chip, and it has close to 4GB of RAM and a base storage of 64GB. Now let's do some speed tests. This is not really going to matter in the real world unless maybe one of the phone like loads up an app like 10 seconds after, but most of the time it's always like milliseconds different, which doesn't really matter in the real life. It's not like anyone is pointing a gun to your head, open the app now in 2 milliseconds unless I'll kill you. But for the most part, both chips are very fast. The Snapdragon 865 Plus is the most powerful chip you can find on the Android side, and the A14 Bionic chip is the most powerful chip you can find on iOS side. Although the A14 Bionic chip is slightly powerful than the Snapdragon 865 Plus, but for most normal activities that people do, posting on Instagram, playing games and stuff like that, both chips are capable of doing everything easily. Anyways, let's catch up with the speed test. The Note 20 Ultra already has 1 point and there is already 1 draw. Now let's try another app. YouTube. Let's try YouTube. The Note 20 Ultra, that's the second point for the Note 20 Ultra. The Note 20 Ultra loaded the YouTube like 3 seconds or maybe 4 seconds faster for some reason. By the way, both phones are on the same Wi-Fi, so this is actually a fair test. Let's try Netflix or something. Let's try Facebook. The iPhone 12 actually wins this one just by a millisecond, milliseconds. Let's try another app. What app should we try right now? Let's try something else. Let's try Instagram. The iPhone 12 actually wins Instagram. So what's the count now? I think it's 2-2. Yeah, it's now 2-2. Yeah, 2-2. 2 points for the Note 20 Ultra and 2 points for the iPhone 12. This is Snapdragon 865 Plus versus A14 Bionic chip. Real world test. As you can see here, even though the Note 20 Ultra like wins milliseconds before the iPhone 12, in the real world, you're not really going to care about those 2 milliseconds or 3 milliseconds. So that's what I'm saying. Both phones are already fast. So Google Chrome, pretty much the same thing. Let's try Temple Run. Pretty much the same thing. Same thing for Temple Run. They loaded at the same time. Let's try one more game. Let's try Subway Surf. Coming up. Yep, the iPhone 12 is slightly faster than the Note 20 Ultra. So that's 3 points for the iPhone 12. I'm not really sure right now. I'm thinking I'm lost in count because I'm looking at the video live right now. I guess that's it. So the point now is 3-2. But for the most part, like I said, this test doesn't really matter. The Note 20 Ultra is already a fast phone and the iPhone 12 is a fast phone. So when it comes to like processing power, you don't have to like pick between the two of them. Both of them are equally fast. All you gotta do is just mini mo and just pick one. That's it. When it comes to processing power, they're pretty much the same thing. So now let's talk about price to value ratio and which one you should actually buy. Well, the Note 20 Ultra comes in at $1,299. $1,299. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's like 300 extra from 1,000. You know, 1,000 plus 299 equals $1,299. I'm actually good at maths. Anyways, the iPhone 12 comes in at $799 for the brand new iPhone 12. Obviously, I don't think there's going to be used iPhone 12 right now since it just came out like a week ago. Probably, but the price difference is actually much. Like $1,299 minus $799. Hey Siri, what is $1,299 minus $799?
1,299 minus 799 is 500.
Wow, that's $500 difference. Yeah, I'm not really good at maths. I mean, I know it was 500. I just wanted to show you. For that $500, you can, if you had 99 more dollars, you can get an iPad Air. Yeah, because the new 2020 iPad Air is $599. Just save a lot of money. Just one more paycheck, you'll be able to afford an iPad Air just with the price of the Note 20 Ultra. Just think about it. The Note 20 Ultra is $1,299. Just add $99 to it. You can get an iPhone 12 and you can get an iPad Air. I mean, if that doesn't sound crazy to you, well, nothing else will sound crazy to you. And by the way, if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop me a like button. That way YouTube is going to recommend my content for other people, and I'm going to really appreciate that. And if you want to see more content from me, you might want to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I drop a new video. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.